Well, today's today. I finally get to get the windshield wipers working on the 70. So I figured I'd do an unboxing. Brand new windshield wiper motor. Right. All right. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's multiple different ways I could have went about filming this video. I could have set up a bunch of different angles and showed you how to put in a wiper motor. But really, it's self-explanatory, and these videos are more for just me documenting the pure bullshit that I go through to get stuff working on this car. So here's our new Chinese wiper motor with a original pump on it. Now that pump's gutted. It was locked down and I didn't have a good one to put on it. I don't have I don't have any of the rest of it anyway, so it's basically a hole filler. So new motor there. You have to put your old linkage arm back on it. And then I had not one, but both screws break off that hold that end assembly together. So I had to knock the screws out. And I'd like to have a nut and screw just a little bit bigger than that. And I need to adjust them down a little bit lower, but I tested it before I put the linkage assembly on, so here we go. Let's see if this works. Alright, here we go. First test. I need to put a screw on that, but it works. There's a screw missing that holds that down, but now you just got to see the wipers work for the first time with me in more than 40 years. And a lot of things, a lot of times that's not a significant thing. It's just wipers. That's what they do, they work most of the time. I wanted to show you this. That is the top of the cowl for this car. We kept a few things because, just to show somebody. Now you look on that side and it's straight. You get to about here and it's folded. You get to there and it just goes back. Now that was actually worse than that, but we pulled it out some. To me, a lot of times, I've fixed windshield wipers on cars and trucks before and not even thought anything about it. But other than the turn signals. And they work occasionally. They didn't used to. It's amazing what a ground wire will do. It just makes everything start working. But other than the turn signals and horn, everything on this car works now. Brake lights, tail lights, headlights, high and low, front markers, hazard lights, windshield wipers, heater blower. Everything works. It didn't happen overnight, and it took, this is the 12th year that I'm up here doing something to this car. So to me, it's an accomplishment. It took, I worked on those 2-3 days last year, but I was trying to get the car together. And the wipers were just a luxury. You didn't have to have them, just like I didn't have to have any electrical other than charging, starter, and ignition for the first trip for me to make a trip to town in it. But one by one, I've made things work. I guess really it's a strange feeling. It's a strange thing to try to describe. The last time, a lot of times, a lot of things on that car. I've made videos like first run in 40 years, first drive in 40 years. Yeah, they're all nice and everything, but to me, the wipers. The last time those wipers were working, that car was hit head on. The last person to see, sit in the driver's seat and see those working, one of the last things he'd seen sitting in that car before the wreck would have been a Dodge Challenger coming around a curve, sliding toward him at about 50 miles an hour. I got chills, and it's cold out here. It's cold. I got colder. I got chills, and the hair stood up on the back of my neck when I turned those on, and they worked because I seen them work. And it's an insignificant thing. There's a lot more important things. I didn't feel like that when I heard it crank for the first time, because a week before that, I just went to town and back in the truck I took that motor out of. So, but the wipers were different. The wipers were, the last time they worked, the car got hit. The motor that was originally in this car went through 3 different cars before somebody finally blew it up. It lived on. The transmission, most of it lived on. The rear end, Dad put the rear end in his car, and it lived on. It's somewhere down below Knoxville now. But small things, they didn't. They sat up in the woods until they couldn't be fixed. So it's a different feeling. It's an odd feeling. You can find it odd if you want to. But just something simple as the wipers working on that car. As simple as the wipers working. It made me happy. It made my day. Because I've worked on that off and on for just that part of it since last year, off and on. I never just stopped, but I finally got them working. Went through 5 different motors that was used. Couldn't find a single one that was fixable. Ended up buying one. But I made the wiring work. So that car's wiring runs the new wiper motor. With that car's wiper arms and that car's windshield wipers. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.